Okay, so everyone knows that verse, right? 1 John 4:18.
Perfect love casts out fear.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
it's beautiful, it's comforting, it's the kind of thing you see, on a coffee mug or a throw pillow.
It is. But the thing is, the sources we have paint a much grittier picture. This wasn't written as some comforting slogan for a wedding. It was a survival mechanism.
Wait, a survival mechanism. It sounds so gentle. How do you get from perfect love to, well, life or death survival?
You have to look at the context. We're talking about late first century Ephesus.
Right.
The sources emphasize that this community was facing what you could basically call social death.
Social death.
Yeah, the technical term is aposynagogues, expulsion from the synagogue.
And that's not just like getting kicked out of a club.
Not at all. In the first century, that means losing your job, your protection, your entire identity, all at once.
So when John writes about fear, he's not talking about stage fright or just general anxiety.
No, he's talking about existential dread, the terror of starving.
Yeah.
They were asking, have we been cut off from God? Are we cursed?
Wow.
And that brings us to the core mechanic he describes. The text says, fear has punishment. The Greek word there is kolasin.
Kolasin.
It implies torment, or maybe more accurately, the anticipation of the hammer dropping.
So you're living in this constant state of just waiting for the wrath to hit you.
But here's the logic John uses to just dismantle that. He argues that fear is actually a theological error.
An error.
Yes. If the penalty has already been paid in full by Jesus, that's the concept of propitiation, then waiting around for punishment makes no sense.
Right. If the ticket is paid, you don't need to be afraid of the traffic court anymore.
That's it, exactly. The debt is gone. For a believer to live in fear is, frankly, irrational.
So they're mutually exclusive then. You can't run the fear software and the
love software at the same time.
Right.
One crashes the other.
Like a vacuum and air.
They can't coexist in the same space. And this leads to that famous phrase,
perfect love, which honestly sounds a little intimidating. If I have to be morally perfect to get rid of fear, I think I'm in trouble.
And that's a really common misunderstanding. The Greek word teleia is so helpful here. It doesn't mean flawless.
Oh, okay.
It means mature, complete, or reaching its goal. Love is perfected when it achieves its purpose.
And its purpose.
The total restoration of fellowship between you and God.
So it's about the relationship working the way it's designed to.
Exactly. And when that relationship is working, it produces something called parrhesia.
Okay, parrhesia.
It's a term from Greek politics. It was the right of a free citizen to speak openly in the assembly without fear of retribution.
So like having immunity on the Senate floor.
That's a great way to think about it. A slave had to weigh every word. A free citizen could speak their mind.
And John is saying you have this parrhesia before the cosmic judge.
That's it. And, the sources draw this fascinating line between that ancient fear of exclusion and, well, modern cancel culture.
Oh. Because the mechanism is the same, isn't it? We're terrified of the village casting us out.
In modern cancel culture functions like a secular day of judgment. We have this low-level anxiety that if we say the wrong thing, we face social exile.
Human punishment.
But the psychological insight here connects to attachment theory. If you have a secure base with the ultimate judge,
then you don't need to panic about the judgment of the social media mob.
You walk into the ultimate courtroom, and you don't have to look at the floor like a slave. You can speak freely. Boldness there cancels out fear here.
And this was also, just briefly, a counter to the proto-Gnostics.
Right, the people who thought the physical world didn't matter. John is arguing that real love isn't abstract, it's in the flesh. It's real security in a real physical world.
So the synthesis here seems to be that the remedy for anxiety isn't trying harder not to be afraid.
Effort doesn't cast out fear. Love does. The remedy is gazing longer at the objective reality of God's love, the cross.
Shifting your focus.
From your subjective feelings to the objective fact that the punishment is gone.
It reframes the whole idea of the day of judgment. It's not a criminal trial where you're hoping for a plea deal.
No, it's a moment of parrhesia for a beloved child.
And that changes everything.
It does.
I want to leave you with a final thought from the sources. It references C.S. Lewis, who had this provocative idea that the doors of hell are locked on the inside.
Ah, yes. It suggests that fear is ultimately a resistance to surrendering to love.
A resistance.
So perfect love casts out fear because it involves the surrender of that self that is so afraid. If you hold on to the fear, in a way, you're locking the door yourself.
Something to mull over. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.